Hey guys, and welcome to what is a ridiculously good scrap. I'm a Rubber Duck of War, and today we're once again going to be featuring Kislev taking on Khorne, which has been a showdown, and we've featured quite a lot in competitive games at the moment and on the channel. But I wanted to showcase this game in particular because we have a rather special general leading the forces of Kislev, and of course it is Obi-Wan BEAR-NOBI, and it should be a good fun time in general. Without further ado, let's delve into this. It shall be on Death Pass, and it looks like we've got quite the bare necessities of the Kislev build straight out the gate, with a bucket ton of War Bear cavalry, an Elemental Bear, and plenty more to bring in. Now, the Elemental Bear, I've kind of knocked it in the past and called it trash and so on, but it does seem to have a bit of a place against Khorne, because it can go toe-to-toe with some of their nasty single entities, and at least hold the line against them, while the rest of the Kislev build really doth indeed bring the pain. It is a move hacker playing under the name of Kislev today, playing under their banner. Not quite sure who is playing for Khorne. Unfortunately, on the replays at the moment, you cannot see player names. Hopefully that gets updated soon. I'm assuming it would be coming in the first patch, so here we go. For the forces of Kislev, we do have double War Bear Riders leading the charge alongside the rather beautiful and elegant Elemental Bear leading the charge, which does have a very powerful breath attack. That is pretty much all it's good for, though. And then we have a Patriarch riding on his bear, coming in with quite a few buffs, actually. We have Urzen's Roar, we have the Song of Winter Sunlight, the Lullaby for the healing, which is always nice, and of course Tor's Battle Hymn, very, very powerful, and of course General BEAR-NOBI leading the charge here. Look, he looks so happy just to be ready in action and get to have a bit of a scrap going up against the forces of Khorne. Speaking of Khorne, it looks like we have some Chaos Warriors of Khorne hidden in the trees, like the cowards they are, waiting to spring their trap and push it towards objective number 3. And then the main army is marching towards the enemy nice and aggressively, but they are just, taking a bit of a relatively slow stroll at the moment and not picking up the pace just yet. There is, of course, no rush to get the battle underway. We have double halberds in the front, double warriors are backing them up, and swagging with pure confidence that he could slay a bear with his eyes closed is Skarbrand the Exiled. Look at that slow, ponderous epic. I do love his little, the golden skull loincloth as well. Is quite extra, but certainly does fit in with the Chaos God rhetoric of being as extra as physically possible. So let's get this scrap underway. Looks like both players are actually saving up a bucket ton of supplies. Neither really looking to actually bring any funds in the early game. And it seems like Kislev really happy just to sit back here. And they have actually summoned a rather cheeky... looks like Katarina has arrived. She does come in with the, obviously, the two favorite spells for me, the slow and the big air effect damage and slow. Such a nice combination. And it looks like Skull Crushers of Khorne have been summoned by the forces of Khorne themselves, who are immediately just taking up residency on objective number 2. And now it does look like it is now the time, the hour for Kislev to get moving and move upon the enemy. They were just trying to wait and save up for their spellcaster to come in to help deal with all the mass enemy infantry. As for Khorne, they have summoned, it would seem, a unit of Flesh Hounds just to go and nab objective 1. Maybe go for the early triple here with the Chaos Warriors of Khorne coming out of hiding and moving over to their home side. Warbears, they're going to struggle to find a home at the moment with so many halberds nearby. Skarbrand nearly gives them the opportunity. The halberds have formed this defensive wedge formation. This could be really risky. If you can get that Elemental Bear in the right spot, you might be able to shoot down the line here. It seems like we do have a big air effect spell going down, and the big breath attack does come in. Look at that damage. This is where the Elemental Bear does actually shine. Being able to shoot down the line on Chaos Warriors, of course, is always very good. Skarbrand's trying his best. Looks like the Wrathful Reaper has been popped, looking to try to bring the pain, and immediately Katarina is forced back. She's only on a warhorse today, not something you see terribly often. And we do now have some Zargard in the middle. They're going to be used here to support the Elemental Bear, who is rampaging right now, but likewise are being healed up, so he's having a good time. In fact, he's not rampaging. The effects were upon him, but he had too much HP. As you can see, the Heart of Winter upgraded has gone down. That's going to help shred a lot of this infantry. And the Elemental Bear is given as good as he gets right now with Skarbrand, particularly when supported by the spells. We have the Zargard in here, the Patriarch as well, screaming at the top of his lungs, Urson, 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 and trying to encourage the Warriors of Kislev to fight harder. War Bear Riders getting some decent engagements here. They're going to be bogged down by the infantry, but against the Skull Crushers, they'll happily take that fight. Looks like the Elemental Bear is kind of getting its ass kicked a little bit. There's some Armored Corsairs being summoned to the battlefield. Likewise, Chaos Furies. Objective 3 is well and truly in control by Khorne. Objective 1 is double Flesh Hounded up now by Khorne. And Objective 2, likewise, is Khorne. So an early triple cap bodes badly here for Kislev. The Armored Corsairs are easily going to be able to beat back the Chaos Furies, though, particularly when supported by a thunderous charge from the War Bear Riders. They heard the cries of their troops and came to their aid. It looks like some of the halberd units have been shattered as well. And the Elemental Bear getting a nice little bit of a vigor boost and melee attack buff. Maybe wants to go toe-to-toe with Scarbrand while that buff is popped. Wereboy Riders have overwhelmed the halberds of the enemy and are driving back the Skull Crushers of Khorne, who are in a hot retreat right now. We do get some more Zargard being summoned, the Great Weapon of Variety, a fantastic pick in my humble duck opinion up against Khorne, and some Winged Lancers will charge out to Objective 1. Unfortunately, we have Flesh Hounds here, and that's going to be quite a tough fight. If the Winged Lancers get the charge, though, they can reign supreme. Ice Sheet slows down quite a few of the units. It looks like we may have the Fight of the Century back on the cards once again. Someone do the Duel of the Fates music in the background, as we do have the rather angry, angsty kind of apprentice taking on the master, General BEAR-NOBI, who's doing some decent work here. Frostbite has been active, slowing down the escape of Scarbrand, and there's a Warbear nipping at his behind as well, which, from experience, is not a pleasant time at all for Scarbrand. And he's doing pretty decent. The Elemental Bear's not looking great HP-wise. Needs to get held up by the Patriarch. And it looks like yet again we have a nice hard winter coming down by the force of Kislev. Good play by their general. And it looks like the infantry will be getting dusted up pretty badly. Zargard coming in to help support, though the Skull Crushers have overrun the Warbears, who have been doing quite a decent amount of damage all day. We actually have the Griffin Legion summoned. This is awesome. I never get to see the Griffin Legion in action. They're driving hard towards the enemy as halberds come into the fray, as well as some of the Chaos Furies. Warbears are going to be enough to overwhelm the Flesh Hounds on this flank with the help of the Winged Lancers and Armored Corsairs. So Objective 1 is in sight. Objective 2 is being claimed by Kislev. Boy, oh boy, do they need it. They are so far behind, though. 2,500 tickets behind in the run-in at the moment. But hey, there's still plenty of time for a comeback. Double Zargard in the middle is quite nice. Patriarch needs to be careful. Scarbrand, though beaten, a wounded beast is a dangerous beast, particularly if he's shoved into a corner. Look at that damage coming on the Patriarch. Luckily, with the Elemental Bear maybe coming in support. No, it looks like he's going to sit back and chill a little bit. Griffin Legion is nearby. Zargard getting a little bit beat up here. And it looks like we have some Minotaurs at Khorne. Oh, baby. They do so much damage if you can get them in combat. They are a little bit squishy, however. So you need to keep them away from War Sleds. And it's cool that we haven't actually seen, like, spamming War Sleds, which is the general meta of Kislev. So seeing something quite new and cool. In the center, it looks like, oh no, Catherine has gone on a blood-fueled rampage trying to take on Scarbrand. Patriarch decides to jump in and try to protect her, come down with all his buffs here. That's also going to be buffing at the Elemental Bear. He's got some pretty redonkulous stats down. 95 melee attack is beating back Scarbrand. It's a close scrapper with his loyal followers nearby. Maybe, just maybe, the general can overcome this devastating threat, but it is certainly a close fight in there. The Griffin Legion are floating around, trying to escape from those pesky Minotaurs. Zargard doing a decent damage up against the enemy infantry. Streltsy have been summoned in the back, and Scarbrand goes down. It looks like, unfortunately, Catherine did go down there as well, and the Elemental Bear is on its death throes. 420 HP is not much whatsoever. Griffin Legion come down for a thunderous charge into the Minotaurs, supporting their Zargard brethren in the middle, who have been holding for quite some time, and it looks like the Minotaurs will get overwhelmed there. Objective 2 is now deeply secured by Kislev, as well as Objective 1. Got some Armored Corsairs over there. We are now seeing Ice Guard as well as Streltsy being summoned to bring the long-range pain to that central objective. But we're definitely going to need a triple cap, and it looks like it is on the cards. Winged Lancers do decide to jump Objective 3 there. There's a long road back, but they certainly have the numbers on the battlefield now to turn the tides, and Streltsy are really laying on thick to the enemy infantry. It's a bloody fight in the middle for sure. Double Bloodletters have been summoned to give a bit of mobility to the Khorne build and really try to slam into the forces of Kislev as much as possible. Griffin Legion are holding firm though, as are the Zargard, and Warbear Riders been fighting all day long. Come clattering with a thunderous charge. They need to be careful though. Don't want to stay and fight Bloodletters for too long, as those mighty swords of theirs will pierce and slash through the armor of the Bear and Rider. Elemental Bear is still alive though, and up to no good it would seem, trying to lay on maybe a big fat breath attack. It looks like it is firing, so it's been given the attack order, and it's going to be going down at the line of the Bloodletters. Go on, get a big hit. Do it, Bear. There we go. Oh, juicy frost damage, up to 73 kills so far. Pretty impressive work. Griffin Legion are holding firm in the middle. Load of infantry is coming to intercept. We may see the reversal triple cap here with Kislev going for it also. We're going to have to see if Khorne can fight back as well as Kislev were. Streltsy are still fine. Ice Guard have been forgotten, which is a bit of a micro mismanagement there by the Kislev player. They need to move up, but there's a lot going on in the battlefield, of course. Zargard decapitate Bloodletters, force them off, and they are being banished. Elemental Bear still stands firm. Winged Lancers went on a little bit of a roguish challenge forward with some of their brethren, really trying to hunt down those Skull Crushers. They were able to shatter them, but have been driven back. We see some summoned Bloodletters by a cultist of Khorne. A desperate attempt there to protect his own troops, which didn't seem to pay off super well. And now the Minotaurs, the Flesh Hounds, everything is moving over towards Objective 3, which is still Khorne capped, actually. It's not been a triple cap just yet, as they are cavalry and they take a while to cap objectives. They should be able to get it, though, and it looks like the Khorne player a tiny bit too late. Or is he? Yes, just, oh my god. If the Flesh Hounds had got in there, they would have stopped the cap, but alas, it is now a triple cap. But the Flesh Hounds coming over. Looks like Khorne may be able to wrestle this objective once more, and they only really need to hold one objective, of course, having a ridiculous score lead there. 4,120 tickets to 1.8k is pretty bonkers. It looks like the Bears and Cavalry of Kislev are going to be rotating around to try to help contest the enemy's home objective, allowing Streltsy and Zargard to hold the middle, which they should certainly be able to do. Unfortunately, my poor beautiful Ice Guard are just going to vibe here. They're having a good time, though. They look absolutely fabulous. And hey, they are moving now. They're one of my favorite looking units in the game. The way they fire their arrows is really quite cool. It looks like we have some more armored Corsairs being brought into the action. Zargard and more armored troops holding Objective 1. All the objectives looking pretty secure apart from Objective 3, which Khorne are starting to take. You can see the Wing Lancers going down. Do they have enough about them to take this and get reinforcements here quickly before the real meat of the Kislev army arrives? Looks like they're actually going to fall back from the charge, which, yeah, it's been held once again by Kislev. And I feel like despite the fact there's such a deficit in tickets, I feel like Kislev may have this. They've got such a dominant army left on the battlefield right now. We do get a big nasty spell go down, but it's not really going to catch much. Even the Minotaurs are able to escape, but it is enough to force off the enemy, and Kislev holds firm on objective number 3. We do see Halberds being summoned. We have the double Flesh Hounds, of course, can bounce around and harass objectives, but there is at least 2 units of Kislev forces stationed on every objective. It is going to be a nigh on impossible task here, I feel, for Khorne to get back into this game. The Elemental Bear is still alive, up to 83 kills so far. We're going to have to see a big contested push somewhere from Khorne. Maybe they're just trying to save up their resources at the moment. It does seem like more Warbear Eyes have been summoned, as well as another unit of Zargard. Certainly not what the Khorne forces want to see. Double Flesh Hounds and Halberds is all that they possess at the moment. Wing Lancers, Griffin Legion, they are... Oh, Catherine was summoned once again. That's pretty damn cool. It looks like Warbear Riders have overstayed their welcome a little bit. They don't want to be surrounded by this many troops, and they may get jumped here. No, my beautiful birds. I mean, they'll make short work of the Flesh Hounds, but 2 units coming in, plus the Halberds. This may be the end, my friends, for you beautiful Warbear riding maniacs. The Warbears will be going down there. That may give them a bit of breathing space, the forces of Khorne. We have Bloodletters being summoned. Where to go, where to go. A lovely positioning of the Ice Guard actually being taken to the ridge here so they can rain down some shots from afar. I love this play coming in here by the Kislev General. And it looks like they are actually going to be able to shoot it down. Bow's definitely better in this situation. Look at their bow animations. It is so freaking badass as they like crouch and pull out the arrows. There we go. Look at that. Bam. So ninja. So anime. But hey, it's really cool. And they're going to be laying down some shots there. Elemental Bear's trying his best. He may actually go down here. Flesh Hounds nipping at his heels and friendly arrows raining down upon him. But he is willing to lay down his life in the name of Kislev. He is nature. He is the blood of Kislev in all its glory. And it looks like he may go down. Warbears are rallying to him. A lot of friendly fire coming in from the Ice Guard. But hey, they're guarding their queen. They're not guarding the bear, I suppose. Zargard moving around to objective 3. And yeah, this game is over. You can see for the first time, ticket lead is in favor of Kislev there. There's no way, I don't think. It looks like the Patriarch's been resummoned as well. There is no way for Khorne to get back into this. And the General BEAR-NOBI has reigned supreme. Very impressed with his performance and the performance in general of the Kislev player. So well played to these lads. That was an absolute hilarious scrap. Really good fun with some unique units being used. 3.2k on the Mighty Bear with 113 kills. I love to see it. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will delve into kills and stuff and damage value in a second for those interested in the breakdown stats. But before then, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a juicy thumbs up, subscribe to the channel as well for more content into the future, and comment down below what you thought of the battle in general, what you'd like to see in the future. Leave a funny comment, leave a quack, leave whatever you would like. Links in the description to Twitch, Patreon, and Discord. And yeah, it's been a good, fun time. So the Mighty Elemental Bear, 113 kills, 3,217 gold value, leading from the front, and I believe surviving even in the end with the betrayal. The Order 66 from the Ice Guard was given, but the Elemental Bear survives. 1,000 gold value there on the Patriarch, the Double Warbears 1.4k, and 2,195 gold value. Were summoned twice, but I don't think they were used too much on their second life there. Katarine being used in reserves, pretty cool. 1.5k value on her, 101 kills. I love the plate as well with their Air of Effect. The Ice Guard were a little bit forgotten. They got in the action at the end, but they were a little bit too late to portray their Liege Lord. 1.3k value on the Griffin Legion is really nice to see them in action. And the Tsar Guard, 1.1k, 1.7k, really showing why they're such a staple in the Kislev roster. Elsewhere, the carry did okay, nothing too crazy. Scarbrand, 4,497 gold value, despite being killed relatively early. He is such a good single-entity assassin, and yeah, he can easily beat the bear in one-on-one combat, but his hubris allowed the bear to outmaneuver him and allow his troops to surround and capture him. Albus did okay, mid-hundreds. Looks like that was the majority of the infantry for them. And yeah, the Skull Crushers were a cool inclusion, 970 value on them, 800 on the Minotaurs. Bloodlayers struggled to get in the action, though 900 damage value isn't shabby, and the high hundreds as well, it would seem, for the Fleshhounds. Unfortunately, for the Chaos Furies, Kislev are hardy folk, and even if you jump their ranged troops, their ranged troops tend to punch back. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a good fun one. Until next time, peace, peace, and as always, stay awesome.